In this video, we will discuss tips, tricks, and techniques to improve your use and efficiency with ConnectWise. We are logged on to ConnectWise and on the ConnectWise Today screen, as you can see. On the left side of the screen, you see the main menu, and the main menu consists of various menu groups. I can actually click this arrow here in the top menu group entitled ConnectWise to collapse the main menu, which simply frees up some screen real estate. This is useful when you're using laptops or mobile devices. I can hover over any of the icons and still have displayed for me in a pop-up all the various functions underneath each of the icons. So in this case, the service desk menu group I've got displayed here. I'm going to move up to the service board screen menu item, and I can either left click on that to open up the service board in the existing tab, or I can actually right click and open up the service board in a new tab, a new window, or I can add it to my favorites represented by the star icon. Now, this is true in any of the menu selections in ConnectWise, where if I right click, I have the option of opening up that particular program in a new tab or a new window. So I'm just going to click to open up the service board in a new tab. And you see that tab actually added to the top of my screen along with all the other tabs. Now, I can actually set these tabs to as configured the way I want to actually come up and launch when I enter ConnectWise, when I log on, so that all of these various programs are resident and ready to work for me, and I can just click around and through them without having to launch them every time I load the program. I do that by configuring the tabs however I want them, and then just clicking on this little push pin icon over here, and when I do that, I can tell ConnectWise to start up with these tabs, or I can clear out the startup tabs and reconfigure them and then click them again to start up. But every time I log on to ConnectWise, that's what they'll look like. So let's take a look at the banner section of the ConnectWise Today screen. I've got 4 buttons that are noteworthy. The first one is this plus button, and this is a function that allows you to quickly launch some of the commonly used programs in ConnectWise to enter activities, agreements, service tickets, opportunities, projects, time entries, etc. It's just a shortcut, quick way to get to that. I've also got a recents button, and that lets me actually display and return to any of those recent programs that I had used in my last use of ConnectWise. I also have this icon here. This is the My Calendar icon, and then this is the Chat Assist icon. This is a new function of ConnectWise that will allow our customers to actually chat with us in a real-time chat mode. We will probably roll this out later on. I've also got on the screen, besides the calendar icon there, I've also got it down here in the Today's Activities. This will actually list all of the activities, including any appointments I have set in ConnectWise or in my Outlook calendar. Let's click on the calendar and take a look. So displayed on the screen now is my ConnectWise calendar, and it works just like most Outlook and other calendaring programs do. It shows all of my scheduled activities. If I'm scheduled on tickets or project issues or sales activities, all of that will be shown here on the screen, as well as any calendar entries made in Outlook will actually interface into ConnectWise, except those which are marked as private in Outlook or span multiple days. There's a two-way interface between ConnectWise and Outlook that is resident. I believe it occurs currently 3 times a day. Just be aware of that. And you see all of the standard calendaring functionality that allows me to configure the screen in terms of days, weeks, next 7 days, months. Got options here to add more activities or schedule records, etc. So I'll close that out and return to the ConnectWise Today screen. Over here on the right half of the screen, you'll see the Today Page Links section. And here there are lots of links to many of our procedures down here in the Venture Operational Procedures panel. These are all available just by clicking on the link And then you see, in this case, all of our operational procedures are organized into categories. And then within each category, you see numerous other files that are present in that category that pertain to it. So very useful in finding documentation, workflows, other information about our operation. In addition, there's a link here to the Venture YouTube channel. We won't do that in this video, but you can link that and see all the videos we have available, again, to help you with the various operational tools we use here at Venture. In addition, we have our sales collateral also shown in these various groups with our premise solutions and our cloud services with detailed links to each of those cloud services. Now I can also customize the ConnectWise Today screen by clicking the Customize link here in the top right corner, and that will display a mock-up of what my screen currently looks like. I've got most of the panels that are available, in fact all of them except one, currently configured on my ConnectWise Today screen. I can add more panels or any panel or delete a panel just by right-clicking and telling ConnectWise here in the menu that I want to add a module. I've got the business report card currently not displayed on my screen that is available. I'm going to click that to have ConnectWise actually display it, and here it is right here. I'm going to grab that, reposition it on the screen into the white space down here, and I'm going to save that. And you'll note now the business report card is available and visible in that area of the screen. The business report card is configured based on your member role. The particular report card you see here has been configured, customized for me. There's a sales report card. There's also an engineering report card. All of those are available. And when you add the business report card to your screen, the one that applies to you is the one that's going to be added. So let's continue taking a look at the ConnectWise Today screen. Let's look here and focus on the My Activities panel area. And you see all the various activities that would apply to a member using ConnectWise: CRM, sales activities, project tickets, project issues, and service tickets. I'm going to go ahead and click on the service tickets link there. And that will bring up 5 tabs that represent the various activities available, tickets and so forth. And you see the service tickets, since I clicked that, is what's initially displayed. I'm going to move over here to the Opportunities tab, and that will display all of the opportunities that are currently assigned to me, as you can see here, as a member. These are the ones I'm working. Now, this is a standard list view that we're looking at here in ConnectWise. These are available for most of the major master file items in ConnectWise: agreements, service tickets, companies, etc. So let's take a look. First, you see the columns configured. This is the recommended column configuration for opportunities. You can find this in the Opportunity Management Procedure document. I recommend that all of our sales team configure their opportunity screen to be represented the way I have configured here. On any list view screen, I can shift columns around just by grabbing the column header and then dragging it to the place where I want to insert it. I look for the 2 double vertical arrows in the green check mark next to the column name. Then I release the mouse, and you can see that shifts the columns around. Now I've got several filters available at the top of the screen. There's a filter virtually for every column. Some of those actually have drop-down boxes, such as in this case on the opportunity screen, I've got a drop-down box for the status, and I can hone in on specific statuses or groups of statuses. Or on the close date, I have all the various ConnectWise standard date options available. This is really kind of useful on any screens where you want to focus in on date. So I've got filters. I can also sort the screen, the list view, any way I want. So if I wanted to sort by status, I just click actually in the top header of the screen, and you see that it's now sorted alphabetically. I could sort on the close date, which is probably more meaningful sort view. And there we go. Note that any close dates on either tickets or opportunities, when they're shown in red, that means they are past due. So pay particular attention to those. When you're on any list view in ConnectWise, any column where you see the little dog ear in the top right-hand corner means that the data in that column, the value in that column, can actually be edited without drilling down and opening up the item, but rather just right-clicking on the line of the item you want to update, and that will display the values available, and then just pick one of those. So in this case, I'll pick 1, and that will set the status, as you can see now, to that item, to the one I selected as 1. I'll return now to the main ConnectWise Today screen. Now, it is a best practice, a standard, and really a company policy that you log on to ConnectWise Today every day and then launch the My Activities screen and view your activities, your project tickets, your service tickets, your project issues, and your opportunities, and review those and make sure all the data is updated and current, and that nothing is due from you, and that is always the case, that information is current. So presently on the screen I have the list view of all of the tickets on My Activities that are on the ConnectWise Today screen. This would be all the tickets to which I am assigned as a resource. And once again, I have the same functionality with the dog ears and the filter, sorting, column alignment, so forth. Now, I can actually click on any item that's underlined, in this case the ticket number or the summary description, and that will launch and open up and drill into the details of the ticket. Or alternatively, a new feature, I can right click and actually open the ticket in a new tab. So this is a very powerful feature that allows me to work on multiple tickets in various tabs at the same time. That's really the value of that. So I'll go back to ConnectWise Today, and there's my list view. Let's talk about documents on tickets, or really any other items as well, agreements, opportunities, any of them that have a documents tab. So let's take a look at ticket 127038. And you'll notice that the Documents tab has 12 items already stored on it. And those include emails, all emails that are actually stored for audit trail purposes under the Documents tab, as well as any other documents that have been attached. Here's an Excel document. So I can actually add a document to the Documents tab and thus to this ticket by simply grabbing that item out of my email or anywhere else I've got it present on the screen and moving it over to the white space under the Documents tab. And when I see the plus icon there, as you do, I can just release the mouse at that point, close the window, and you'll notice that that PDF file has now been added to the Documents tab. Now, something else I can do, if I wanted to update a ticket, perhaps with some updates from the email body as well as update the ticket with documents, I can actually do that even though I'm not responding to a closed loop entry that I received from the ticket by simply formatting the subject, as you see here, to ticket space, the word ticket space number, and then the valid ticket number. And I would address that to helpdesk at CW, helpdeskcw at ventec.com. Now it comes up in my type ahead under VT requisition status notification, may come up under yours under another name, and that's because we have the helpdeskcw at ventec.com email connector associated with various names throughout the system. Be sure you're not using helpdesk. It must be helpdeskcw. That's the email connector. Helpdesk is not. So I will select that. I've got an update in the body. I've got a document, and I will send that on its way. And you'll notice now that the ticket has been updated with that email entry. Here it is right here. And you see the little email icon indicating that that is an email. I could click there and actually see the Outlook email, the message item. Also, you see the Adobe PDF icon. I could click that and actually open up the PDF. The little paperclip indicates that there is an attachment on this time entry. And also now, if you look at the Documents tab, that document has been added to the Documents tab. So the email updated the ticket and the document was parsed out of the email and actually placed over onto the Documents tab. I also have a nice little tip. I also have a view for all but emails under Service Tickets, and if I click that, I can filter out the emails and see just the documents. This is particularly useful on pre-sales tickets, our design tickets that technical architects and our sales team uses, because it allows us to focus in just on those items under the Documents tab that are not emails. So a final tip is the ability to reference and actually include a link in a ticket under a closed loop entry, under a time entry that actually links to another ticket. So let's take ticket 127038, and I'm going to link it to 123474. I'll drill into the ticket. I will go in here and make a time entry on the internal analysis. And I'll simply put ticket number and then the ticket number. And I'm going to store that in the internal analysis of this ticket, and note that it is now shown in blue with an underline indicating that it is a link. If I hover my mouse over that and click on it, it will open that reference ticket in a new window. And that's really helpful when you have tickets that you want to relate to each other. So hopefully these few little concepts will improve your efficiency and productivity in using ConnectWise.